Yo! For sure, like, I think this, for me, this is the most popular German band. Hello guys and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be checking out 50 famous songs you didn't know were made in Germany. This is the first time reaction. Stick around to the end, like, subscribe, share, and let's get right into it, guys.
99% of you know these famous songs, but I bet
Really?
you had no idea that they were actually made in Germany. Hallo, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich,
Phoebe.
Germany,
Hello, Phoebe.
but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio since 2016. I think it's safe to say that German music generally doesn't have the best reputation in the world. I mean, classical music, sure.
Oh, I like this sound. This is so popular, guys, like for real. This also is so popular.
And of course, most people know the band Rammstein. Or Nena's 99 Luftballons.
Okay, I don't know this, but I know. Sorry for that. But I know.
Luftballons.
I know this for sure. Like, I think this, for me, this is the most popular German band. Like Rammstein. Like, I would say this is the most popular German band. Like, everybody should know them.
Or Nena's 99 Luftballons. But aside from that, I'm assuming most people mainly think of this. Or maybe something like this.
But this is nice,
Which
though.
is why I think you'll be very surprised to find out that
But these are nice.
a lot of really famous songs, you know, songs that you probably thought were by American artists or British artists, were in reality made in good old Germany. And if I'm being honest with you, there are songs on this
listen to
list
the
that
guy. Sorry,
I
bear with
didn't
me.
even know were German until I started researching for this video. And not to be all,
Number 15 will shock you.
but the last one really will shock you, so
Okay.
stay tuned. Let's actually start off easy, because I think of all the songs on my list, this is probably the one that most people do know that it has a German origin. It kind of became the anthem of German reunification at the time. Well, that and Looking for Freedom by David Hasselhoff.
I don't know
Scorpions
this.
are a hard rock band from Hanover. They've been around since 1965 and still tour to this day. Now you might be wondering,
that's
why
nice.
are their songs in English
That's really
when
nice.
the band really is from Germany? Well,
Okay.
after the end of World War II, it actually took a while until German-speaking music was considered cool again in Germany, because for a long time, all of the music that was popular with young people was from Great Britain or from the US. You know,
Wow.
Elvis, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. German-speaking music, on the other hand, was largely considered somewhat outdated and stale.
Junge, komm bald wieder, bald wieder.
I like his voice.
So German artists who wanted to make pop or rock music at the time almost exclusively wrote their lyrics in English. And that really didn't change until the 1970s and 80s, when the Neue Deutsche Welle movement became a thing, the new German wave, and the German music industry finally embraced German-speaking pop and rock
that's
songs
good, actually.
too. Such as 99 Luftballons. But even then, most German artists stuck with English, which of course also allowed them to reach audiences in other parts of the world. The Scorpions, for example, are currently playing an international tour for their 60th anniversary and even have a short residency in Las Vegas this summer. Now, Wind of Change wasn't their only international hit. I'm sure most of you also know this one.
Oh!
On number 2,
I know
was
this
a
song.
song that was associated
Funny how this song was like on, I think number 5 or number 6 of one of all those videos we reacted to. We reacted to top and song from the 90s and the 70s and the rest. And this song was like topping charts then, funny enough.
with a huge scandal. And I'm sure most of you know about the scandal, but did you know that that scandal was actually brought to the world from German music producer Farian. The band consisted of Rob Pilatus, who was born and raised in Munich, just like myself, and Fab Morvan, who was from Paris but moved to Germany at the age of 18, where he met Rob. Now, of course, the big scandal was that after Milli Vanilli had become successful all over the world and even won a Grammy for
Wow.
Girl, You Know It's True, it was revealed that the two didn't actually sing on their own songs and were merely lip-syncing during live performances. The real vocals were recorded in Frank Farian's studio by musicians from the US. By the way, there's a great German biopic film on this whole story that came out in 2023. You can watch it on Amazon Prime with English subtitles. I can only recommend that movie. I think it was really well done. And then there's also an English-speaking documentary about them, also from 2023. And speaking of streaming good shows and movies, with today's sponsor, PIA, you can actually unlock thousands of additional titles on streaming platforms like Netflix, optimized one, because PIA specifically lets you choose a server. Girl, You Know It's True wasn't their only song. You might also know this one. Girl, I'm gonna miss you. Or this one.
I know this song, but I don't know the one she just called recently.
Milli Vanilli, the mastermind behind it all, undoubtedly had something like a magic touch when it came to international hits, because Milli Vanilli wasn't Frank Farian's first successful project. Which brings us to number 3 on this list. I'm crazy like a fool.
Oh my! I don't think there's anybody in this world that don't know this song. It's Daddy, Daddy Cool. Like, it's so popular, guys.
Yes, Boney M was created by Frank Farian too, which means that he produced all of these massive world hits. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Well, Rivers of Babylon and Sunny were both cover versions. Daddy Cool and Rasputin were original songs that Farian also co-wrote. Boney M was founded in 1974, and their main success took place in the 70s, so over 10 years before the Milli Vanilli scandal. But Farian already used some of the same practices. The very first Boney M song he ever released was actually produced and sung just by himself.
Baby, do you want a bum? Do you want a bum?
It's actually fire, though.
After that song became a hit in the Netherlands and Belgium, he put together an actual music group consisting of 4 members. And while they did all sing live on stage, only 2 of their voices made it into the studio recordings, and Frank Farian continued to do the male vocals himself. However, when Farian openly talked about that in an interview at the time, it didn't really cause any outrage. What's kind of funny is that several Boney M songs have recently become really popular on social media apps like TikTok.
She's crazy like a fool.
Yeah.
Now let's jump ahead a few decades to this party hit from 2005.
Every time we touch, I get this feeling.
Yo!
Every time we kiss, I swear I could fly.
Every Time We Touch by Cascada. Now the chorus of the song,
Funny how I didn't even know her name, but I just know the song. Like, I had it on my playlist back in the day, but I never did the research about her, and I didn't know who she is. I just listened to this song. That's not cool.
is actually by the Scottish singer Maggie Riley from 1992.
Can't you feel my heart beating fast? I
Oh,
need you by my side.
it's a
The
sample.
dance version by Cascada is the one that people all over the world are familiar with today. Cascada is a German trio consisting of the singer Nathalie Horler and the 2 DJs and producers Manuel Reuter and Jan Pfeiffer. Another big song by them that you might know is... And now let's jump
I don't know
ahead
that
a
one.
few more years to the year 2012, when in the German city of Kassel, 2 20-year-old friends recorded this song, Lucky Chance, aka Clemens Rehbein and Philipp Dausch, who have since become one of the most successful German bands in the world. In 2014,
Really?
they even got to perform
Wow.
on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Before them, the only other band from Germany who had ever been invited was Rammstein. Other songs by them that you may have heard before include Flash Junk Mind,
And we were bound to the city life, flashlights when we fall down into the night.
Cocoon, and Down by the River.
Down by the river, I was
Actually, their sound is so unique, like it's clean. I'm really surprised I don't even know about them before.
What's funny is that the student radio station that I worked for after high school, M94.5, M94.5, was one of the first stations who played Milky Chance at the time, and they actually booked them for one of their live events a few months later.
Wow, that's crazy.
But by then, the band had blown up so much that the whole event was suddenly sold out, and
Packed.
hundreds of people who would have never attended otherwise suddenly showed up to the event just because of Milky Chance. Remember how I talked about Boney M songs being big on TikTok? Well, there's another song that I was very surprised to come across in a TikTok dance recently.
I don't need some, but I like the vibe.
This is the song Brother Louie by the German band Modern Talking, but I've also been seeing some of their other songs having kind of a revival on social media recently, such as You're My Heart, You're My Soul, or Sherry Sherry Lady.
I was about to say this. The voice sounds so much like that Sherry Sherry Lady. I was like, okay, let me just keep it to myself. But like, wow, I like the voice texture. It's just so calm and relaxing. Like you can listen to it all day, like all day.
As you can tell, this is total 80s music, but I guess it's kind of having a comeback these days.
Yeah, actually,
Modern
TikTok is
Talking
doing a
was
lot.
a band that most Germans are very familiar with to this day, and it's honestly kind of a controversial band. Some people love them, but I would say most Germans don't really like their music a whole lot. But also both Thomas Anders, the main singer of the duo, and Dieter Bohlen, the songwriter and producer, are still very much active in the German music industry today. Bohlen has been a judge on the German version of American Idol, Deutschland sucht den Superstar, since its very first season in 2002, and has kind of been the German equivalent to Simon Cowell, since he's known for his harsh comments. And because he's been a very successful songwriter and producer even after Modern Talking, he's always referred to as Pop Titan in German media, so Pop Titan. But even though they're both still active in Germany, Thomas Anders and Dieter Bohlen don't really talk to each other anymore.
Oh, why?
Because they've
That's
had
sad.
several big fallouts over time,
That's
which
so
they
sad.
partly fought out in public. From what I remember, it was basically all about who of the two was the real creator of the band, or was responsible for their
Always
success.
like that. Always
Since
comes to
Dieter
that.
Bohlen supposedly never actually did any of the vocals for the songs, which he denies, while Anders wasn't involved in any of the songwriting or production of the songs. So much drama. Okay, before we get to another few major pop songs, I want to take a quick detour into the world of techno and 90s Eurodance music, because Germany played a pretty big role in that genre, and even I had no idea that these songs were all made in Germany. This includes major hits like
Hey, no more. Like, just have
What
to
Is
be there.
Love was performed by the Trinidadian German singer Hadaway, and was written and produced by two Germans as well. Who would have thought? Then we got
Like, for real, like, seriously?
Rhythm is a Dancer by Snap, which is a German Eurodance group that actually still exists to this day.
Wow.
This song was created in collaboration with the American singer Thea Austin. Next up, Mr. Vane by the Eurodance project Culture Beat, which also still exists today. And even though the project was and is based in Germany, this song features a singer from the UK, Tanya Evans, as well as American rapper Jay Supreme.
I don't know this one.
Put me up, put me down, put my feet back on the ground. Put me up, take my heart and make me happy.
Yep, even Coco Jumbo by Mr. President was made in good old Germany.
I like his name,
Just
Mr.
like-
President.
Now Narcotic by the German rock band Liquido. So I guess this one technically doesn't fall into the Eurodance category, but I feel like it has a very similar vibe. And then there's this song that little 5-year-old me used to call her favorite song for a while. I think this was like on a summer vacation in 1999 or so, and I literally had no clue that this was German until a few days ago. Samba de Janeiro,
I've
which,
heard that song in
as
my
it turns
life.
out, was produced by the German pop group Bellini, but at least one of the writers of the song is the Brazilian percussionist Ayrton Moreira, I think is how it's pronounced. If you can think of any other Eurodance songs that you used to listen to in the 90s and that actually originated in Germany, let me know in the comments below. But getting back to a pop classic, on number 13 of today's list, we have
My sibling, I was like, okay, the guy that sang Forever Young, like, where is he right now? Like, we just talk about it and we never did the research. But like, seeing the German guy, like, wow.
Forever Young by the pop synth band Alphaville from Münster, Germany. This song has been covered numerous times over the years, and even Jay-Z sampled the song.
The yells cut, I'll be fine. Forever
Yeah.
young.
Another big hit by the band is their song Big in Japan, by the way. And before we get to the last big pop song that most people would never guess to be from Germany, I want to take a quick detour into the world of film scores. Because did you know that this
Suspense is killing me.
this and this
Yo, don't tell me these sounds were made by Germans.
is all from a German composer?
Whoa! Like, I just have to, like, for me, I was saying Interstellar and Pirates of the Caribbean is the best, but nothing hits Interstellar. Till today, there's no movie that have a sound that just pierces your soul like Interstellar. Like, the fact Interstellar is on this list, like, I'm speechless.
Of course, I'm talking about Hans Zimmer. The last name Zimmer literally translates to room in German, by the way. He's without a doubt one of the greatest film score composers of our time and has won 2 Academy Awards and 5 Grammys so far. He was
Wow,
born in
5
Frankfurt,
Grammy.
Germany, but as a teenager, he first moved to Switzerland and then to London for boarding school. And that brings us to the last song on this list, number 15. We have all partied to this song, without a doubt, but even in Germany, most people don't know that this by Lou Bega is German. Well, mostly, because it's technically based on an instrumental song that's also called Mambo No. 5 by the Cuban musician Damaso Perez Prado from 1949, but the lyrics and the rest of the song as we know it today was all created in the Munich area in the late 90s, and Lou Bega, the singer, was born and raised in Munich to an Italian mother and a Ugandan father. Which of these
Wow.
songs were the biggest surprise for you, and can you think of any other famous songs that most people don't know are from Germany? Put it in the comments below.
Like,
As of
I want to
recently,
see
you
comments.
can also get my videos on Spotify, by the way, so you can have it play in the background like a podcast if you want. So be sure to check out my brand new profile on there and maybe even leave a 5-star rating. That would be awesome. And of course, if you want to support me and my channel in other ways, you can always send me a tip on PayPal via the super thanks button underneath the video or through these 2 platforms, or simply by subscribing to my channel and hitting the thumbs up.
Guys, I'm going to drop the link to our channel in the description box down below. Please go check that out. I'll say this list is well put together. Like, this is an amazing list. I really enjoy each and every one of songs you put there. Some songs, like, I didn't even know them at all. Some of the songs I actually know them. But the most shocking one to me is the Interstellar. Like, I was not expecting that. Like, I'm still shocked now. I can't wait to finish the video. So I went to my sibling, like, the Interstellar sound is made by such a person. Like, I think I missed the name. I didn't catch the name. I'll check that later, but like, I was really surprised about that. Thank you guys for watching with me. This video is long. Thanks for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I hope to see you in my next video. Stay safe and bye for now, guys.